So I've put an LCD screen, so my LCD screen can watch an LCD screen while my phone LCD screen, it's streaming the video onto my LCD screen, so this screen can watch that screen. You got it, right? Hello everyone, so this is the new Ottocast OttoScreen AI, which we are going to take a look today. And this is made by the same company, Ottocast, that builds a lot of Android smart boxes that work for a lot of cars, and they provide very interesting features because they do not only provide wireless Android Auto for cars that don't have wireless, or Android Auto for cars that only have display and Android Auto connectivity, but they also offer the possibility to install your own apps, and including video apps, and they will also work in motion, which is a big plus. And not only in motion, but you can use them while you are stationary, watch videos while you wait for someone or do something. So they are very nice, and they are kind of my go-to because they do a lot of innovation in this domain and they work flawlessly. You can see a lot of reviews about them on my YouTube channel, but today it's about this screen. It's a combination of kind of this box, so everything what's smart on this with its own screen. So what's the scope of this? Well, the scope of this, not all the cars have Android Auto or big LCDs or nice looking LCD screens and so on. So why not combine them into one single product which does everything? So it's its own display, it's Android Auto, and this has double functionality, and I'm talking too much about it, so I'm going to take it out of the box in the meantime. So this will provide double connectivity. It can connect with your car if it has Android Auto. It also can connect your phone to it, and it can also bridge your phone through it to your car. So you can use your car audio for this to listen to music or incoming phone calls, while your phone is going to connect wirelessly to this Android Auto, not to that one. So you can choose. Of course, if your car doesn't have any of those functionalities, you can connect your phone to this, or you can also use this as a standalone. It doesn't need a phone to work, it only needs an internet connection. So only that is going to provide you full Android functionality. Let's start it up. This is the display, as you can see. Pretty simple. Looks like those older GPS LCD screens that you could buy some years ago, but this is totally something else. It has some connectors here and a slot for a micro SD card. It's powered through USB Type-C, and it also has an additional auxiliary input. There is also a model specially made for motorbikes, if I remember correctly, that uses one of these inputs for adding also a DVR camera, so you can record, or having it as a reverse camera. There is a variation of this model. This one is simple without any extra camera. So in the box you're also going to get some accessories. It's the mounting bracket. This is a very interesting mounting bracket. It has kind of a rubber mounting bracket with double-sided adhesive tape. So this can be sticked on your dashboard or everywhere, because it's going to take the shape of that. And it's going to hook up the display on this clip here, and it also has a pivot, so you can adjust the angle as you wish to, or even put it something like this, maybe, depends on how you want to install this and space for it. So you get an audio cable and the power adapter, which is a very basic one, normal charging socket and USB Type-C, and you also get a manual. And this is in several languages, color printed, black and white, everything that you need to know to quickly start this device up. So let's hook it up to the power and see how it works. Another interesting thing about this charger, besides looking like a regular one, it is this plug. So it's a dual output charger, so you can use this for the navigation screen, and it also has here another output, 2 amp one, so you can still use it with something else. So if you have two devices, you can charge both of them while you are taking the space here. So let's plug it in. It should be on. Now I'm going to connect the screen, Type-C here, and as simple as that, you now have Android Auto. Oh, this is booting up for kind of first time. I have did some tests before, and I'm going to tell you something very interesting. This booting screen is not going to happen all the time. This has kind of an internal power supply, battery, capacitor, something like that. And if you are not letting it to stay a long time without power, it's actually going to resume where you left it, which is very handy, because when you jump back into your car after you did some things, you don't want to wait for it too much to boot up or to do everything again. It remembers everything. So for instance, if I unplug it now and plug it back in, it should load up instantly. Exactly what I've told you. Oh, and you might not see the screen very good. There we go. That's much better, and you should see everything on it. So you have this user interface here with quick access to music, some things that you use in the car most often, such as CarPlay, Android Auto, YouTube, Netflix. And then you have the app zone here, where you can browse all the installed apps. It comes with Play Store, so you can install everything that is there. You do get a warning because the size of the screen is not typical one. Some apps might not work, but there is no limitation from its software on everything or anything else. It just warns you that some apps might not like this shape of the screen. Then you have here settings. The settings will take you to the device settings, which are relatively similar with an Android tablet, with an Android phone, but they are reduced. This uses a kind of launcher especially for it, to make the user more happy, because it doesn't have all things that should not be there and not related to this. It's kind of a reduced interface to make it quicker and more stable. I already did a firmware update on this, because when I started it first time, it asked me to do that. You can skip it if you want to. I did it anyway, so it runs the latest firmware. Then here also from the settings, you have these two options, such as receive phone Bluetooth and transmit to car Bluetooth. So as I was telling you, you can bridge. So if you have a phone, you can connect it to this to have Android Auto, and if your car has Bluetooth audio, you can connect this to the car audio. So it's going to bridge, so you can listen to music from this one, or stream it from your phone, or have phone calls from your phone to this, and from this to your car, so you can hear it in the speaker system much more better. There you go. We have here Android Auto, and Android phone all working. This one is lagging a bit because all of this is streamed from one single phone with hotspot on, and this one is selected to high video quality, so currently it's buffering. Nonetheless, we are going to stop all of this nonsense right now. We are going to go back to this one. As you can see, it plays YouTube without any kind of hiccups. Let's check the video quality. Let's put this on to maximum. It's 7020p advanced. Let's see 4K. Does it play back 4K? It plays it naturally. Nothing changed here. Fluid. So it's 4K content streaming from YouTube. Not a single problem. I really like this on this screen because it's super natural. Everything works fine. It's fluid. There are absolutely no hiccups. And now you can see YouTube can play in background. I don't know if you can do that if you don't play YouTube subscription, but if you have YouTube subscription, you can play it directly from here and you have control for that. Right. Also, you have this thing here. This is a quick settings for the launcher. You can quickly adjust the screen brightness. By the way, in the camera is going to look a bit dim, but I can tell you that this is very visible, especially when you are looking into it. But if you are looking a bit from the side, the brightness is a bit reduced. But if you put it somewhere here, I don't see a big difference between the original LCD screen of the car, which is set at maximum brightness right now, and this one. So it's very good screen, and you can see it directly in sunshine. You also have here quick settings for volume and other things. Then you also have Gemini if you want AI, because that's why it's called AutoScreen AI. It has Gemini, and Gemini takes over the Android function, and you can tell it next audio track, increase volume, decrease volume, start YouTube, start Netflix, and so on, and it's going to do most of those things. Open Waze. Turn on YouTube Music. Exit YouTube Music. open Google Maps. Close Google Maps. Other things worth mentioning is the Android Auto. It's not only Android Auto, it also has CarPlay and AirPlay, so you can select the protocol that you want to use it, so you can use it with an iPhone. Also, you have these audio settings here, and you can choose how the audio is working, so you can use local speakers, so this has speakers, you are going to hear it, and phone calls and so on. If your car has Bluetooth, you can use Bluetooth transmitter, so this now will output audio through Bluetooth, and your car is going to connect to it, and it has this thing here that's going to help you connect it. It also has an FM transmitter built into it, so if your car is older, doesn't have Bluetooth, you can use this as an FM transmitter and you can catch it with your car radio. And last but not least, if your car has aux, you can connect that included aux cable here from the box. This one is going to connect to this, and this is going to connect to your head unit or audio unit of your car, and then you are going to get the audio. So as I told you in the beginning, you can connect your phone to this, and this is going to connect to your car, so you can use your existing audio system. The device also has this built-in GPS and location. You can turn that on, and you can see here satellites, or you can use this. It already has a 3D fix, or you can use this with Google Maps, Waze, everything, without having a phone connected to it. It's going to run standalone, which is again nice. Maybe you don't want to drain your phone, or just not want to load it anymore with other things. You can run directly Google Maps without any kind of connectivity. So let's give it a go, and there you go. We have a location lock with everything around here. Works very smooth again. I'm actually very interested about what they did to this, because it's very smooth. You don't see this smoothness on other devices, and especially on those small boxes that you connect to your Android Auto. Some of them are sluggish. On Ottocast I didn't have those problems, but some of them are rather limited. Anyway, let's move on further. So we have Android working. You can also install Waze. Everything it's there. Waze. Let's start it up. Continue. Yes, while using the app. First time when I'm opening. No network connection. That's because my phone that it's giving me internet decided to turn off the hotspot. But you get the idea. No problem there. You just need a hotspot in your car, wireless, to give you internet to this device, and that's all. So you can use your phone as a modem for this, but you don't need to use also Android Auto for it. It's going to work independent of that. And here is also a retake. I turned on my hotspot on my phone here, and the Waze is now working, should work properly. So let's get started. Blah 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 blah. I understand, not personalized, I don't care. So there we go. Waze, very fluid, again tracks you. So this works standalone without my phone, without the phone Android doing nothing to it. It just works with the device with its own GPS and so on. So you just need to give it internet for it to work. So that was it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'm not going to go into more details because it's going to be a very long and boring video after that. But if you have any kind of questions about this device and want to find more about it, just leave a comment below, and I'm going to try to answer you as fast and as best as possible. And I can tell you there, if it has something that you are searching for, if it does something that you want it to do, and so on. So I'm going to check it up for you and let you a comment, reply to you about that. So until my next video, see you and bye bye.